So in this problem, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract these two trinomials. 2n to the third plus 5n squared minus 3n minus this trinomial, n to the third minus 8n squared plus 11. So the idea here is that in this unit, we're just basically redefining our definition of combining like terms. It used to be like terms meant as long as they had the same variable, you could add or subtract them together. But now that we're dealing with polynomials, we have terms where it's not just a variable, but also an exponent that goes with it. And so our new definition of combining like terms, or what like terms are, has to be not just the same variable, but the same exponent as well. So for example, this 2n to the thirds and this 5n squared, they're different terms. They're not the same because this is n to the third power, this is n to the second power. They're not the same term. So what we want to do is something here where we call it the horizontal method of addition and subtraction, where we just work our way across. But we're trying to match up like terms in this trinomial with this trinomial, with our main operation being the subtraction in the center. So the way I would do this I would be started over here on the left side, 2n to the third minus 1n to the third. Well, 2 of these minus 1 of these would be 1n to the third. And then I just keep going with the rest of it. So that takes care of this and this. So then I go to the next term, in this case plus 5n squared, which in this case, since we're really actually doing the subtraction here, this plus, you can think of it more like a positive. Positive 5n squareds minus negative 8n squareds. And again, what we're doing here is, since subtraction is our major operation, we're treating this subtraction sign like a negative sign. So 5 of these minus negative 8, and minus a negative means actually plus. We've got 5n squareds plus 8n squareds, which gives us a total of 13n squareds. And then we just keep going. In this case, a minus or negative 3n minus, and then over here, there are no other n's. So we've got basically negative 3n minus 0n. Well, negative 3n minus 0n would just be negative 3n. And then finally, here we've got this 11. And here's where you have to be careful, especially with subtraction, because again, subtraction is our major operation. Think of this like 0, because there are no normal numbers over here. So 0 minus positive 11. Well, 0 minus a positive 11 is actually negative 11 or minus 11, not plus. And so there we go. We're our trinomial. We match up like terms, subtract, and in this case we get a 4-term polynomial, n to the third plus 13n squared minus 3n minus 11.